Hello there guys and welcome to another Sci-Fi Geeks Second Life adventure with me, John Pocket, and...
Me, Jack, I could tell you trying to figure the words there.
I was pausing each one. Yeah.
Welcome back to another custom Tardis update. Hang on, that came out wrong.
Oh, doesn't matter.
Welcome to another update of our custom Tardis. Funny enough, when watching back the last video we did, which you guys saw today, or from perspective last week, it was surprising to see how little was done compared to what we have right here, right now.
It's only been a week, isn't it?
Well, actually, technically, it's been more or less 2-3 days you've worked on this-ish. Actually, no, I suppose you put all the hours together, it's technically 1 day. We have done a lot. The exterior is literally more or less finished.
Almost. Anyway. Just still the map clicking thing to be done.
Yeah, but you can't do that once you've got the interior done.
Yeah,
so.
I know. You know.
But there is literally, because all that was done last week was the design and the fade in of the exterior, and so much has changed since then. And as you can see right here, right now, you can see what has been changed. Now, it won't look much because it's more or less the same as what you saw last time, but functionality-wise, John, that's where you come in. If you want to summon the exterior, and then we'll go from there.
Okay, then. So just come over here. It's a nice place to summon it.
Actually, don't summon it there because you'll get stuck between the wall. So you want
No, I mean facing this direction.
Oh, fair enough.
And hopefully I've got it right. It does it about 5 meters in. So I click on the hood and I click summon. So it says summoning Tardis. Now it takes about 11 seconds for it to summon, and the reason being is because if you've already got an exterior resed, it's got to take that one off, wait for the animation to finish, and then res it in to make it more realistic.
Which is the way it should work.
There we go. If it's right. There we go. So this is the new summoning, or at least landing animation. Which probably Jack will show it better on his screen because I was on a weird angle, so the light wasn't showing properly.
Actually, it was showing weirdly for me as well.
Now, as you can see, I haven't got any glow on the actual TARDIS windows or anything at the moment. I don't know whether or not I'll be able to get that because the mesh is a bit weird, but I'll try. But the doors do work successfully. As you can look here, the interior doors here and the exterior doors there are successfully linked, and I can prove that by simply left-clicking on the left door, and both doors should hopefully open. And there you go. It does take about a second or up to a maximum of 3 seconds for the message to get across the interior doors correctly. So that is a slight limitation, but that's because of bandwidth.
Yeah, because obviously you run the entire database from your machine, so obviously the constant ping over and over and over is a bit draining.
It's a bit of a lag, but you know it works. That's the main point. Now, as you can see, there are no. There you go, the doors. As you can see, there are no map. There's no map in the exterior, so you can't actually go anywhere with this exterior at the moment. But what we're demonstrating is that these doors do work successfully, the summoning works successfully, and so does the takeoff, which I can prove by simply clicking on the hood and clicking takeoff. And hopefully, there we go, the TARDIS starts taking off. And as you can see, Jack can walk straight away through it. Because once it starts taking off, the idea was that it is now bleeding through realities into the time vortex, so by that time you should be able to walk straight through it, just like you've seen in some Doctor Who episodes.
The same goes to summoning as well. Because usually when HOO and less ones summon, well, actually, this might be incorrect because it's been a while since I used NLS, so I can't quite remember. But I'm pretty sure they don't.
No, I do remember it. It used to just bump into it, didn't it? And it used to go.
Yes. But when we summon ours, it's still phantom. Obviously, it's still coming through. So therefore, you can literally stand right in the middle of it while it's summoning, and once it's done, you're literally inside. It's pretty cool.
Well, you would take it inside, but then mesh starts kicking you out. So.
Thinking about it, the actual windows, you know, once you've got the power systems put in and the lighting system and all that, the one thing you can do, I think, is the way in which I've actually managed to texturize the exterior. When you select texture, if you've noticed, sometimes when it comes to mesh especially, you have different faces. So if you just click on the windows, you would have faces 5. Click on the actual door itself, for example, and you'll have like faces like 3 or 4. I wonder if there's a way you could script it so it's just to literally pick up that.
I don't know, I'm just studying the TARDIS now, so I can have a look at how it's built together.
Just select the texture. Obviously, edit linked.
So the door is definitely one whole object, but I see what you mean. The select face.
That's how I managed to colour the handles and the black borders and everything.
When I select face, it's selecting the whole door.
Yeah, I know, but you know, in the general tab, you should have
Oh yeah, I see what you mean now. It's only applying it to the window part.
Yep.
And then I can just do that. There you go, look, the window has a glow on it.
Yep.
There we go then. So there we go. If I can get that to work.
A way to script it.
Well, H2O did it.
True, too true.
If H2O can do it, I can do it. I can tell you that now.
Well, that much you have already proved. So basically, that's what we've got at the moment. Now the next stage is doing exterior. Interior, sorry.
At the moment, there's only this one little lonely red button that when you click it, just simply says dummy power control clicked. And that was just me testing to make sure that you can click anywhere on the TARDIS. The whole thing is clickable, but only this control will respond to the power control. And this works off the link name. If you right-click and then edit links, you'll notice that this has the name power. And my script simply detects whether or not the name of the control is power or in flight control or whatever else we have. And it then knows to load a certain amount of code, sorry, a certain part of code for that particular button, and so on. So here you can see it's just doing a simple LL call to say the message. And yes, we are spamming our land with messages.
So that is pretty much really all we have at the moment. It is definitely a work in progress, but
the TARDIS could do with a rotationary fix because it is slightly slanted.
I don't think that was the exterior's fault, actually.
No, it is, because it happens every time I summon.
Oh, does it?
I do need to show one thing off, though. If I go over here... In fact, no, better idea, because Jack's recording... We're recording both screens, aren't we?
Yeah.
I'm off to look Tiger Sandbox.
Okay.
Let's show them how it works cross-region.
Ah, yes. Yes, good idea.
Oh, come on. There we go. Just got to find a point where no one is. Oh, teleportation. Our network's been bad recently, hasn't it? It's been playing up and doing all sorts of weird stuff.
Might have been bad.
Just go down to the ground. Oh, that didn't work at all. Okay.
Can you just teleport?
The slash ground call doesn't work. I don't know why. Okay.
I thought he was going to a sandbox.
I am.
And why are you going to the ground?
Because I want to be on the ground when I do this. Anyway, so I'm going to click on summon, and then hopefully on Jack's screen you should see it take off.
Yep.
So once that is completely took off, hopefully Jack will switch the screen to me and immediately see it start to land. And there we go.
Works like a charm.
Yes, it sure does. And the best thing is, if Jack focuses his camera on the interior doors, you'll notice that even cross-region, these messages are getting to the interior. As you see, as I control the doors, they respond nicely on Jack's side. Yes?
Indeed they do.
And of course, if Jack does the same thing, on my screen you should also see it respond. Yep. There we go.
Perfect.
Yep.
So yes, that is all we've got to show and tell for you today. We do hope to have a lot more. Of course, the next stage is obviously the interior, getting the power systems up and running, lighting and etc. Only the main core functions first, though. Mainly flight systems and power and light. Everything else will come last. Close the bell will be pretty much easy because mainly activating the sound, deactivating the sound, and literally changing the colour of all the lights too.
And glowing, yeah, and whatnot.
So that's not too bad, but that's really the idea that we've got next time. Hopefully, as well, I will be continuing on the design and just getting a few things running. But for now, however, the design isn't important, as it's mainly the actual functionality that's vital to the operation.
But as you can see, guys, this is coming along very nicely.
We should have our own network TARDIS.
Yes, we will. I'm really excited because you see the way we're going to work this, guys, is because if you remember, the way TARDIS work in Second Life with NLS and HOL, they work off reses. Now, to get reses to be placed around all the lands would mean we have to have some sort of probably a partnership agreement or some just sort of agreement in general with the landowners to be able to put reses on there. And but unfortunately, that would be pointless because this is a private TARDIS. No one else will be able to use this. So why would anyone want to put reses on their land just for us to use? It wouldn't make sense. They wouldn't do it. So we're going to work it by doing manual landing, where it'll literally just be the person chooses to land, and when they land there, the HUD will res the TARDIS around them, and that'll work just like that. So it'll be manual only. But you know, it doesn't matter. It's still cool.
I mean, the idea of making it public in the end, I mean, that's going to be way in the future.
Even if it might not even happen now, Jack, because of the way the scripts are designed.
That's true. But if we do manage to find a way, which I doubt, in a sense, but if we do, then we may just be able to set it off as actual product. But like John said, scripting issues can be a nightmare, and therefore getting it to work for an individual, especially because of isomorphic controls.
Yeah, that's going to be another problem. Because you see, what people don't realise is this whole TARDIS is working off one set of database table. So it's only working off one database table, which it really is my fault. I am doing this too lazily. Like, maybe I'll have to help him. I'll just start improving my.
Well, for now, that's not the important task. Obviously, just getting the actual thing done in the first place. So that is all we have for you today. Hopefully we'll have more next time. Next week we will be doing a console review, so do stay tuned for that. I have no idea which one I'm going to go for. It'll be a nice little random pick. So until next time, have a nice week for the rest of the week, a nice weekend, and remember,
let your geek side out, guys. Goodbye.